With the raw power of anime coursing through his veins, Asuna has once again leveled up his play. Despite his wildly aggressive entry fragging for 100 Thieves, Asuna has only recently added Jett to his pool of agents in professional matches. The fact that he has gone toe-to-toe with the superstars from every other top-tier North American team without Valorant's most powerful agent up till now should be enough to show just how good he is. The scary part is that Asuna is only getting better as his decision-making evolves to catch up to his pure aiming skill and movement technique. Asuna had a number of incredible rounds during the 100 Thieves Masters Berlin qualification run, but this one in particular stood out to me because it showcased Asuna's evolution as a player. This is a pivotal moment in the game against Xset, who lead 7-2 and are on pace to run away with the game on Haven. 100 Thieves is down a player and Xset moves to plant the spike on C. I have to imagine that the spot where they're planting is deliberately located out in the open for Xset to play post-plant down C long. To protect the plant from defender spawn, Astra is chain dismissing her stars since her full smokes are on cooldown. Unfortunately, stacking stars exactly on top of each other is basically impossible, so each smoke is slightly worse than the last. And Asuna shows off his playmaking instinct and aggression here by seizing the moment, peeking the gap in the smoke, and sniping the exposed planter. This is a key moment because it completely breaks down the post-plant setup that Xset were employing. Look at Xset's positioning before BCJ dies, then look at it afterwards. 3 players panic and collapse onto the site to try and get the spike down. In previous stages of his evolution, Asuna might have rushed onto the site to try and snowball his momentum after that first kill, only to get traded out. Instead, Asuna shows great patience after fragging Sova by falling back to wait for reactions and for Nitro to set him up with a huge paranoia through the default boxes. Asuna uses the cover of the blind to dash into the site behind mid-box and isolates a 1v1 duel against Cypher before the spike can be planted. He also gets a small confirmation that the enemy Jett is behind the box. To try and reposition, Xset's Jett smokes off the cross and tries to fall back, and Asuna seizes the opportunity of this smoke to reposition himself into the deeper corner of the site behind the platform. After 100 Thieves lose Nitro and Steel, Asuna springs into action. He knows that Skye is not close enough to the site to help her team, and this means that Asuna and Hiko have an even-numbered fight if they take it in the next 3 to 5 seconds. Asuna gives a couple quick shots through the smoke to see if any Xset players will react from hiding, and Astra takes the bait directly into Asuna's waiting crosshairs. This skirmish also allows Hiko to sneak into logs and reinforce Asuna's position on the site. With Hiko covering, Asuna smokes the spike and taps it to pull Xset back through the Omen smoke that continues to linger from Nitro. This might seem like a small thing, but I want to highlight the angle that Asuna takes here as he lines up to spray through the smoke at an angle that also hits the C-long cubby as well as covering the entrance to the site. His game sense is rewarded by catching Pure trying to spam the spike. During this time, Hiko has moved from logs over to the spike and starts to defuse while Asuna once again smokes him off and then angles out to take the fight down C long. Because Hiko is smoked off and sticking the defuse, Skye never really has time to pull out any of her utility, and Asuna outshoots her with body shots to close out the round. 100 Thieves would go on to come back in this map and win it 13-11, and then 2-0 Xset in the series overall to qualify for Masters Berlin. These are the kinds of rounds that I really love to analyze because there are so many little moving parts and right decisions that need to be made for the play to succeed. I also really like to see talented players such as Asuna continue to grow. Little aspects like his stop and go timing to work into an advantaged position, and then a perfectly executed team defuse play with Hiko shows a great level of communication and chemistry. So I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown, and please do let me know if you learned something cool in the comments down below. Also, I wanted to let you all know that I will be launching a Patreon next week, so anyone who is looking for some additional content and perks can get that while also supporting the channel as we continue to grow.